actually have more touches of the ball inside the opposition penalty area than Arsenal did.
Check.
Just dropping back between the two Arsenal centre-halves now, as Lewis Skelly was doing in the first half. Saka.
Check.
Here's Zubimendi. Confirmation, incidentally, from downstairs that it was purely a tactical change, the withdrawal of Calafiori at half-time, as we expected.
Today, they really can. Making sure that when they lose possession, I'm sure Nuno's been drilling all these boys all week. When you lose possession, you've got to recover very quickly.
Check.
You have to get back.
Skor masih 0-0 bro.
Solid shape immediately. Absolutely, each and every one of you.
Terus.
If they can
Terus.
turn the ball over occasionally, and they've got pacey boys up front that just might go and make something happen. But in the main, I think we'll see Arsenal with the ball at their.
Habis ini yang mau ikutan Bill Parley-nya boleh ya. Kita yang mau Bill Parley-nya. Bill gue sisa Arsenal doang. Ini PSV sama Valencia ada tembus. Oke.
Getting forward, Mosquera. Attacking intended. Right back in behind Bukayo Saka. Now Rice. Zubimendi back for Mosquera again. Saka. Finding the West Ham United supporters.
Imbang isi.
Yeah.
Just got a little bit of
즉
space there, Bukayo Saka. Onto that left peg, but by his standards, that's poor effort.
Haven't had a good record this season against the teams at the top of the table. In fact, they've only won one of their 19 games against the sides who started the weekend in the top half. There's a recent home win here against Everton. Nothing to celebrate about Arteta's 500th. Points clear at the moment. It stays this way. The City win midweek will put them back to the top with 2 games to go. Eza. Patience and persistence. Saka wrapping his foot around it. Just stepping and going out of play for either a corner or a throw, and then winning a free kick from Saka. It's good play.
It is good play. He's unlucky to Bukayo Saka there actually with the cross. Did well there to kind of get that and stand that one up, but it's well defended, and then really good play from Diouf there, keeping that in, and then gets his body in the way, buys that foul and relieves all the pressure. So Arsenal mustn't get frustrated with this. If the game becomes stop-start, sometimes there's a tendency you do get just a little anxious and start launching it forward that little longer, that little quicker without perhaps as much control. And the game becomes a scrappy one, so plenty of time yet.
Not that long ago, and Arsenal had that match at home to Everton, which wasn't dissimilar in many ways. It felt like one that they
Masem. Ouch, handball bro, harusnya bro.
ambush out there. Brought Max Dowman on. And someone else scored the other in the last 2 minutes. Janos heard the whistle. It's gone out of play. Nicely done.
Great touch, yeah.
Second touch though by a Paul Zubimendi pass.
Yeah. It's in a great position there actually. Ebeza. That ball inside was perfect, and that's a pretty routine ball for someone like Zubimendi. Just overhits it.
Gak jelas masih mana gak jelas.
Turning it back for Ryan. No thought of a press from Castellanos. Luska. Mascara. Still waiting to take their moment to execute that decisive pass.
Bukayo Saka, got to hit the target.
Saka.
Goalkeeper work. Didn't quite get that one out of his feet enough, really. So just grabbed that a bit, that's it a bit, skies it.
Still only had 2 shots on target, Arsenal, like their hosts. Hammers will be more than happy to restrict Arsenal players, however talented, to shots from 25 yards. Ryan, keeping his nerve.
Odd bro.
Keeping it in.
Yeah, well played, Miles Lewis-Skelly there. Initially a nice control ball back to his goalie and then made the angle to get it back. Well played. We're kind of back where we were at the start of the first half, aren't we? It's Arsenal that are doing the probing and the teasing. That's a clumsy one from Diouf, that is. And that's the last thing they want to do is give away corners.
Yeah, Malik Diouf, all left foot. Met it with his right, got it away from Saka, but it's cheap consent. There's the making. League record, West Ham conceded 15, which is comfortably the worst in the division. So far through the opening hour, West Ham have restricted the number of opportunities that Arsenal have been able to fashion from this kind of area. This is only the 3rd quarter, the first of the second half. It's a familiar setup with a quartet of Arsenal players back outside the 6-yard box. They'll make their ways in now. West Ham repel the threat, at least initially. Back from Trossard, Saka again. A chance for the Belgian to try and deliver. Gets it onto his left foot, and he can deliver. Mavropanos, not for the first time, with an important touch to get it away. Nicely done by Eza. Stood up towards Zubimendi, who was waiting. So too was Gabriel. Comes out for Saka, who can't get a shot in. Play will go on, despite the West Ham player lying stricken. Saka's latest delivery repelled by Souček.
It's good defending, West Ham. They've cleared their lines, but each time only to an Arsenal player.
Well, Arsenal did the job for them. Too much on the ball from Declan Rice, and we've now played an hour, Andy. Just half an hour for Arsenal to find the breakthrough they so desperately need.
Yeah, lots of movement below us, Jim. I don't think another change is going to be very far away at all. Look, we know he's always got so many options that he can turn to on the bench, Mikel Arteta.
Well, those options today, including Kai Havertz again, who has missed out in recent games. Those Arsenal supporters inevitably a little battle scarred by what has happened in matches late on in previous campaigns. And they're desperately hoping that the team isn't. This situation a test of footballing mettle and resolve as well as ability. Zubimendi. Saka. couple of sighters from distance. No attempt this time. Mosquera. One centre half to another.
It's a good ball from Gabriel there. Need to try and find that delivery a little bit more. I think Arsenal in behind Souček and Fernandes to Eze or somebody else even.
There's a foul. You can taste the tension in
You
here.
can. Again, I think those stats back up the fact that it feels like the opening 20 minutes again. But without those great situations that Arsenal managed to carve out in that first half spell.
Now Fernandes far from happy that another free kick has gone Arsenal's way, particularly given the area of the pitch in which the alleged infringement took place.
And he has stepped across and called Declan Rice there. I don't think he can have too many complaints about that. Matías Fernandes, he's frustrated, but I think Declan Rice wisely hits the floor after that bit of contact, and knowing full well he's probably going to get this free kick. This is a good situation as well.
Emerson not yet happy with the positioning of that two-man wall. Rice tempted to go for goal here, or just to tee it up for the aerial targets. It is the latter, fired in deep, headed back in, whistle's gone. That's a free kick to West Ham.
Yeah, deeper run from Gabriel there. It was just that little bit of blocking, and there was a little knock on Thomas Souček there. And as soon as he went down, Chris Kavanagh blew the whistle straight away.
Palpable relief from the home support when that whistle went. Well, 25 minutes to go. West Ham will also feel that they have a chance of being able to turn 1 point into 3 here, and Pablo is receiving his final instructions. To a back three has worked well for them today. Certainly from a defensive capacity, having created an awful lot. Some of it. Fernandes. It's Jared Bowen on the turn and blocked. Back out to him. And Avrapanos. Disasi for Diouf.
Masih 0-0 guys. Skor Arsenal lawan tim, ya ini tim sebenarnya tim degradasi. Soalnya tim degradasi susah banget Arsenal kayaknya. Kacau.
Give West Ham the opportunity to make the change. It's just going to be a straight swap up front. Castellanos, who came closer than anyone in claret and blue with that outstanding diving header late in the first half. He's going to be replaced by Pablo, who's still waiting for his first West Ham United goal. This will be some time for it to arrive.
Yeah, it certainly would. It was a great effort from Castellanos in the first half with his head. Brilliant football, great cross from Wan-Bissaka, and the centre forward headed it beautifully. Can Pablo get on the end of something in the box, something similar?
So Pablo's introduction is going to be followed by the arrival of Ødegaard and Kai Havertz. 2 players back in the Arsenal matchday squad today after injury. Karachi Ezra is the first player to make his way off. And Martin Zubimendi is coming off as well. He only came on after 28 minutes.
I was looking at that. Do you need two sitters now, Arsenal? In a game you've got to... I mean, obviously they don't want to get beat, but they really want to try and win. So they don't necessarily need Rice and Zubimendi. So now it's Havertz and Martin Odegaard to try and get a bit of room, get a bit of space, get Trossard and Bukayo Saka involved that little bit more. We've seen too much of Victor Gyökeres in the second half. Got to try and add now a little bit more intent and menace towards their forward play.
Todibo doesn't want to turn round, he knows what's coming.
Yeah. And again, that's, I think, a really unnecessary free kick they give away. Almost like he was happy there, Todibo, to just barge Gyökeres to the floor. If you keep conceding free kicks, with someone like Declan Rice, whose delivery is usually pretty good, you keep giving him a chance to find someone in there. I'm telling you, eventually he will.
Now into the final quarter of the game.
See that West Ham line below the penalty spot there. They're going to drop a yard closer to the 6-yard line as well. Any touch towards the goal here, and Manson's got big problems.
Can Rice get the delivery right? Very nearly. Big appeals. Then the effort cleared off the line. Potential penalty is being checked by the VAR. I think it was Mavropanos again who was in the right place just to be able to kick the ball away. Here's Trossard. He's now been fouled, but there will be a hiatus whilst they have a look at a potential handball by Pablo.
I mean, look, he's laying on the floor and the ball bobbles in towards his hands. I don't think Pablo even knows where the ball is. Look, he's laying on the floor. Yeah, you can't give a penalty for that, Jim. I don't care if he hits your hand there or not. He's got no idea really where the ball is. Laying on the floor and the ball just trundles up and hits him on the arm. That's not a pen. We don't want to see him for that. Come on.
Well, Odegaard and Jared Bowen, the two captains, both in consultation with Chris Kavanagh, the decision just being explained to them that it was deemed that the hand was in a natural position. I think it's very hard to argue with that. No penalty.
Trossard saying he grabbed the ball on the ground. Let's have another look. He certainly knows it's in his hand, and then he's took him away because he's panicking there, but initially I don't believe he knows where that is. I don't think that's a penalty.
Almost like a 5-year-old being caught with his hand in the sweet jar there, wasn't it? Nothing to do with me. Latest Arsenal free kick knocked short. Rice getting it back. Maybe the final 20 now for Arsenal. Somerville clip 4, brought down by Bowen. Good ball from him to release Juve. He's only got Pablo in the middle. He'll try and find him. And defending good enough to make sure that he couldn't.
Well, West Ham believe Declan Rice made that challenge. They're furious they haven't got a corner. Pablo tries to get across the front of him. Let's have another look here. Yeah, it looks like Declan Rice, I think, doesn't it? Make contact with that. Can understand their frustration. Good raid that, though, down that left side once more. Juve, whenever he gets the chance, he's always in space down that left-hand side.
Winning the corner flag and staying in. It was Mavropanos that read it. He's looking long for Pablo. Had a fantastic start of the season playing in Portuguese football for Gil Vicente. A flood of goals. Hasn't worked for him at West Ham so far. It's his story to be written today. Bowen. Souček with the ball in. Zassi urged to shoot from 40 yards.
Quite wisely decided not to there.
Pablo going down. Fair defending by Saliba. Despite the protestations on the West Ham United bench. And in your view, the fourth official getting quite an earful at the moment. Forward again from Disasi. More shots in this second half for West Ham than Arsenal, who just haven't been able to get themselves into the positions like they did early on in the game. Might they now? Saka's ball in. And off target by Victor Gyökeres.
Unlucky. I think Arsenal got to try and do a little bit more of that, taking people on in the wide areas. I think Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Juve have stuck to their task manfully in that respect. But as much as you can, particularly Bukayo Saka, who's just that bit quicker, and they get it out to him a bit more to try and give something else, another opportunity for Gyökeres to put his head on.
Body language that speaks volumes.
Yeah, and look, as much as they want to win this game today, what they cannot afford to do is get beaten in it. And it goes without saying, they can't afford to concede, but they've got to keep trying to push.
Trossard. Rice. Oh, Saka! Touch let him down, actually. Academic in the end because the flag came up.
Great spot, though, from Declan Rice. Love the ball. Really good ball. Bukayo Saka just steps in behind you. It's a really good spot, that.
Fernandes. Juve. Getting himself into some good positions.
Has indeed. Needed more bodies in the box there.
Wan-Bissaka getting it back. Wan-Bissaka getting it back again. Tonigo leaving it for Bowen. Raya just had to make sure. It's another West Ham United corner.
It's a good play, actually, in the end. Aaron Wan-Bissaka initially. Get it out to Jarrod Bowen, and even though that one's not finding a West Ham shirt, David Raya can't afford to let that go. He's got to do something about it. Has to tip it over the bar for a corner.
Bowen's delivery, good goalkeeping again by Raya. And towards Diouf again onto his right foot, so just wanted to play it safe. Wan-Bissaka for Fernandes.
I think he's played well, Fernandes, you know. I really do. He's been aggressive, and midway through that first half, I think he's come on to a really good game for West Ham.
Somerville just opens up for him for a moment. Gabriel's header away. A return by Souček in towards Pablo. West Ham's turn to try and apply some significant pressure. Somerville caught. And a yellow card for Bukayo Saka is the result.
don't think there was any doubt there. I think Bukayo Saka knew straight away that he was going to get a yellow card for that one. There's a little flick out at Somerville, and that was always going to result in him getting a card.
Nerves in the away end, growing belief in the rest of the stadium. Spalding not what he intended.
Seru banget ini.
The difference between 1 point and 3 at the top of the table is enormous. It's the same situation at the bottom. West Ham can win this. They are back out of the bottom 3 ahead of Spurs' game with Leeds tomorrow. Could make all the difference for them as well. Souček coming onto this. Fernandes getting it back. What a moment! Oh! Fernandes, what a save!
What a stop! Oh, the flag's nice. It's actually been given for a corner. What a moment that is. That's brilliant play from Fernandes. The give and go there is wonderful. And he pauses and waits and looks like he's just going to tuck it past David Raya, who stands strong and makes, well, the most important save he's made all season.
Superb reactions from David Raya. A look of relief etched across the face of Mikel Arteta. Another first-time touch from Diouf and a brilliant turn from Somerville. Check. Gyökeres with time to take a touch inside his own penalty area before blasting it away.
What a moment that was. Just incredible.
Somerville, great turn. Mosquera wasn't having it. Knew he couldn't afford to let the pacey winger get past him. Gets a yellow card.
Yeah, I think it's one there that he knows Mosquera's going to have to take that one as well. It's really good skill that from Somerville. So again now he's got to make sure that every decision he makes is a good one.
Final Arsenal change sees Bukayo Saka replaced by Noni Madueke.
Yeah, and I think the fact that he's on a yellow card, I think that's, if you're going to make a change and he wants to adjust the front line, Arteta, that's probably, he wouldn't ordinarily ever do that, but with him on a yellow maybe he feels he's got to.
Well, that front 3 of Saka, Gyökeres and Trossard have been really successful this season. Arsenal have won 11 out of 12 Premier League matches when those 3 have started. Fernandes sending this latest free kick in here. It's come off the top of Mavropanos' head. And Tony Bokar keeping it alive. 10 minutes to go. Still 0-0, but only thanks to this epic save.
Oh, such a great run and little give and go. He's stretched to get it, Pablo. Then he takes a lovely touch. He look head up. He's having a look. And then David Raya just spreads himself, makes himself as big and as wide as he possibly can. What a save.
Arsenal 3 points clear as it stands right now. Their goal difference only 1 better. Significantly, City have scored more goals than Arsenal. That is why, if this stays 0-0, a 1-0 win for Manchester City would take them back to the top on Wednesday against Crystal Palace. Here's Noni Madueke. First chance for him to shine. Poor cross. Dealt with easily by Hermansen, who's West Ham United side still in the bottom 3, but on goal difference alone at the moment.
Nice run from Madueke. Apparently the goalkeeper there, he just pinched the yard off his line. He anticipated where that ball was going to arrive and was there just to comfortably deal with it.
It's making a good run forward here off the ball. Being found by Madueke. Oh, good ball. Erdogan in for Kai Havertz, who's pulled it back. Hammers defending mob-handedly. Souček clears.
Great ball. Great pass from Odegaard. Just couldn't find that Arsenal shirt when he tucked it back there, Kai Havertz.
Odegaard again. Madueke. Odegaard. Still Martin Odegaard, it's in. Late. Dramatic. Ecstatic. Leandro Trossard with the goal on a day when it looked as though
Gol. Akhirnya Arsenal gol.
it could be enough to turn 1 point into 3.
Kosong.
He
Trossard.
breaks at one end, a crucial finish at the other.
Trossard gol.
That goal underlines the
1-0. Mesti menit akhir ya gol-golnya, mesti menit akhir Arsenal. Padahal lawan tim papan bawah, tim yang mau degradasi, tapi kayak susah banget gitu. Sayang banget sih West Ham kalau harus degradasi. Kalau West Ham punya pemain yang ya cukup bagus lah. West Ham banyak pemain bintang tapi degradasi.
He hits it. It looks like there's a deflection. I'm not sure who it hits. This angle will show us. Does it just get a little bit of time?
Coba kita cek
Maybe it does just off his calf or something on the
klasemen
back of his
poin
But Mikel Arteta, what a celebration.
West Ham sama Arsenal.
Because moments ago his team could have been one down.
Ini menang sih Arsenal poinnya.
Absolutely in the box seat
Berapa ya?
again.
79. Arsenal poinnya 79, Manchester City 74. City masih nyimpen 1 pertandingan. Gak kekejar sih, aman sih harusnya Arsenal sih. 74. 1 pertandingan. West Ham peringkat 18 bro 36. Coba ini West Ham menang sih, harusnya kalau West Ham ini menang dia naik sih, nggak degradasi. Tottenham yang turun.
West Ham bring Callum Wilson on. They are in desperate trouble now, chasing an equalising goal. Arsenal have lost them.
Yeah, good work there, Miles Lewis Kelly tracking the run of Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Concentration now, the key for Arsenal. They've been immense defensively all season. Now they really need to be, for what's left in this game, 5 minutes plus whatever the referee wants to add.
An enormous moment for Arsenal. A horrible moment as far as West Ham United are concerned. Who are now a point adrift of safety, having played a game more than Spurs. If it stays this way, Palace, Forest and Leeds will all be mathematically safe.
Tottenham masih main nanti jam 2. Nanti jam 2 Tottenham main. Padahal poinnya cuma selisih 1 ini. Harusnya kalau West Ham menang harusnya aman sih dari degradasi. Selisih 1. 3-3 sama 3-6.
Everybody, all the Arsenal boys tell him calm down.
Years without a major trophy. That one goal will feel to Arsenal fans as though it's just brought it a heck of a lot closer. Gyökeres and Todibo, as you can see, Vegas players to be all but squaring up to each other. It's a war of words. Harness with the ball forward. The whistle stops the game. The referee cabinet. They seem bemused by that.
I'm not sure what happened there. I don't know why the game stopped. Let's have a look. It's Mavropanos who pinged it forward. Oh, there's that little contact there between Callum Wilson.
And a red card is shown to, I think it's Rui Barbosa, who has been dismissed. The West Ham United coaching staff. And Rui just being led away. Dismissed for dissent. Tempers running high. Arsenal flying high. Ball in towards Wilson. Card that showed us Saliba for kicking the ball away and delaying the restart. So Fernandes taking this free kick for West Ham. There's so much late drama in the last home game here. And the Hammers need to strike late again. Free kick conceded.
Yeah, but every time they get a free kick now, every time the game stops, play breaks up, Arsenal can reset and draw breath, and all they basically need to do now from here is knock it into those channels where they've got Madueke, they've got Kai Havertz, who's good at holding the ball up, as well as Gyökeres. And then every time West Ham try to pinch it now and are urgent in trying to win the ball back, Arsenal can just draw those fouls and see this game out.
Well, West Ham haven't lost successive Premier League games since early January. This would not be the time for it to happen. Derby defeat last week, another one incoming here potentially. They have actually lost all 5 London derbies they played here this season. They'll become the first side in history ever to lose 6 London derbies at home in one campaign. They have got 6 minutes of added time to save themselves here. Saka punting it forward, hoping that everyone can chase, try and condense the play. Well, with plenty of time to send it back upfield. Hitting the arm of Souček, play goes on. Leandro Trossard. Diouf able to turn. Somerville. Fernandes. Souček back for Somerville. Chance for him to run at the retreating Arsenal back line. Leandro Trossard, who then hit the post moment. Start.
Take your time with this one, set it up, get all those big guys up there, and make sure you give them a chance. Make sure you give somebody a chance to get their head on it. Take a bit of pace off it, put a bit more height on
it. Fernandes with the ball in, it's beaten everybody. Arsenal are a side whose success this season has been underpinned by a very solid defensive performance, a stack of clean sheets. David Raya playing more than a part in that, and a massive part in what is set to be a 1-0 win today.
What a stop that was.
Aku lawan dengan keyakinan.
He just throws his right leg out at the very last split second to get that all-important block on that. Fernandes would have thought he's scoring. He thinks he's about to give his team the lead. And the margins with that going in and not going in is massive for both teams.
Massive for both of these teams, massive for Manchester City and for Spurs as well. Hermansen sending it forward. There's Souček. Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Jared Bowen. Very well blocked by Lewis Skelly.
Yeah, very well blocked. Stop those crosses coming in now. Arsenal get tight to people, block those balls being delivered.
Sure.
Yaka is given something to chase here. Hermansen coming out.
Oh iya.
Will do for West Ham.
Callum Wilson, gol 90 plus 5. Anjir, sama dong.
Souček. 2.5 minutes of added time to go.
Anjay, gak jadi menang, 1-1.
Shot on the turn, deflects away, could have gone anywhere.
Itu banget Arsenal.
I think Callum Wilson feels this one's going in. Might well have been right, let's have a look. Well, it's certainly on target, but
Kacau.
and
Kacau,
no
bro.
surprises, Gabriel getting something in the way. Really good defending.
Latest corner, goalkeeper fought for it, through the hands of his opposite number, cleared off the line, but with
handball,
what?
was
Did
it?
it hit an arm?
It's gone in.
It's gone in! What a moment!
Wow.
What a moment, what a
What a moment! Arsenal protest!
I think Mikel Arteta feels David Raya's arms have been bumped there as he's catching the ball. I mean, it looked like it just slipped through his hands in real time. We'll see a run of it, of course. That's what will be checked. I mean, the hit from the edge of the box is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, but he's convinced there that his goalie, as you would imagine he would. Let's have a look. No, I don't. Honestly, I think there's so much traffic in the way of David Raya that he can't really get anything clean on it. Well, there's an arm above it across his throat, in fairness, from Pablo. But oh, this is going to take some checking. This is a massive call. Huge call. It's just whether that arm from Pablo is really preventing David Raya from getting it. In the end, in the last little throws of that, he goes down quite easily when he knows he can't get it. I don't think so much his arm gets bumped, Jim, it's just that arm across his throat, which, look, is bound to put him off. It's bound to interfere. Look, that there. Again, if you put your arm there and hold it there and leave it there, I think you're asking for trouble. It wouldn't surprise me if this is chalked off. It really wouldn't.
Goal check.
Because he kind of leaves that arm there and just rests it there right across the top of his chest and across his throat.
Well, Darren England is the VAR. the unenviable job of making the decision that will shape destinies.
I mean, he definitely flaps it. The goalie definitely flaps at it. Look, there. But it's just whether that arm across his throat and his chest. And look, we see so much of this nowadays from every team, piling in numbers.
Ini antara gol tak gol karena pemain West Ham tangannya ngenain kiper Arsenal. Bisa dianggap gak gol karena nahan David Raya.
Chris Kavanagh is being called over to have a look at the incident. The first incident that he's going to have a look at is that left arm of Pablo going across David Raya. Whether he's held on to the arm of Raya as he is trying to catch that.
You're right. Does he hang on to the left arm there? I think he does there. Yeah. He's kind of got his arm across the chest and throat of the goalkeeper and also hanging on to that left arm a bit. I think he has there, Pablo.
Cool. Satu sama.
Almost hanging onto his elbow, his forearm.
Yes. Worried about natural disaster?
I think the goalie's flaps at it poorly. However, it's hard to deny that David Raya's left arm.
Oh enggak bro, enggak gol bro. Foul, dianggap foul. Aman lah, West Ham yang nggak aman degradasi. Padahal selisih 1 poin cuman sama Tottenham. Sayang sekali.
So Chris Kavanagh has had a look at the incident. Let's see what he's got to say.
After review, West Ham number 19 commits a foul on the goalkeeper. Final decision is direct free kick.
It's disallowed. That is a decision that will be talked about for weeks, months and years. Because the whole season essentially could be distilled down to the VAR and the referee.
Yes.
He's just got hold of that forearm, look. He's just got hold of that and hanging on to it.
Just when they thought they were going to be offered some salvation, West Ham, it's when Manchester City fans would have thought that that was the moment that could potentially propel them back towards favouritism in this title race. The goal disallowed. Another poor ball forward from the free kick. West Ham have just got to try and get it to stick somewhere in Arsenal territory. Whacked away by Rice. Anywhere will do, as far as Arsenal are concerned. Still time for Hermansen to bring it forward. Doesn't go long. He'll leave that for Diouf.
Why would the goalie not kick that? Just boot it up the field, man.
Held on by Todibo. Wilson. Little pirouette gets him away from Lewis Skelly. Callum Wilson standing it up there, waiting for it in the middle. It was Pablo who was there. Was he pulled down? Somerville now.
Checking that. Checking a possible pen.
Out of play for a West Ham throw. VAR, Darren.
Yes. Oh. Hasil akhir 1-0 Arsenal menang, berarti Arsenal poinnya 79, menjauh dari City yang masih 74. Tapi City masih nyimpen pertandingan sih, guys. City masih nyimpen pertandingan, sedangkan West Ham ya selisih 1 poin dari Tottenham, dia masuk di urutan 18 dan pastikan degradasi kalau ya Tottenham masih ada pertandingan nanti sih jam 2. Kalau dia menang mungkin bakal menjauh dari West Ham. Tottenham bisa ngamanin posisi jauh dari zona degradasi. West Ham harus menang sih di pertandingan selanjutnya. Thank you, mari kita end chat stream kali ini.